Hello and welcome. Today we are going to look at the monthly horoscope of a Libra. There is considerable power and focus on your solar 5th house this month, dear Libra. Themes and life areas associated with this sector include pleasure, recreation, hobbies, children, romance, dating, creative endeavors, creative self-expression, leisure time, and fulfillment through play. These may not always be smooth areas with Mercury retrograde in the same sector until the 20th, but certainly, opportunities emerge to improve, grow, and make meaningful changes. February can be a lively period for relationships, learning, and sharing, although there can be some seemingly sluggish times with Mercury retrograde in your romance and creativity sector to the 20th. The new moon on the 11th can inspire new beginnings and fresh starts in these areas of life. With Mercury's retrograde, you're also paying quite necessary attention to the past. To clear the way for a fresh start, you may need to take care of some unfinished business. Projects might be on hold until you finish up some important details. Romantic relationships can be a little complicated, or you may be focused on a past connection before you break free and move ahead. This is a powerful month for exploring creative urges, as well as for sharing your affection, joy, and experiences with others. Reconnecting with old passions and hobbies can be in sharp focus. You may not always get the words right, but you're bound to find different and satisfying channels for expressing yourself, and creative mediums seem your best bet. To the 20th, it's a period for filling in the details and checking that the decisions you've recently made are still viable. You're thinking and expressing yourself in different ways. There may be the need to revisit old issues, or people from the past tend to come back or become a mental/emotional focus. You find much to enjoy this month. Your heart is in your hobbies, relationships, recreation, or art. Even so, Mars spends the month in your intimacy sector, and you're often inclined to want to immerse yourself in more absorbing activities. Your intimate life and inner world are animated this month. Mars doesn't appreciate facades, slow processes, or ignoring problems. Wherever Mars goes, there can be some trailblazing and perhaps rude awakenings at times, but also some useful truths and resolutions to challenges. Ownership, debts, support, or power dynamics problems might come to a head, but you're taking charge and in the lead with these things for the most part. You could be digging up interesting information now, and research of all kinds can be very beneficial. Mars does clash with several planets in your solar 5th house this month, and if you don't recognize the need for a challenge, you might challenge others. A part of you could be attracting, or attracted to, some level of drama if you are not in touch with what it is that is upsetting your equilibrium. Situations can trigger buried feelings, and you might get the chance to rid yourself of old resentments. Reviewing past ideas can lead to valuable new methods, which can redirect you in positive ways. Someone from your past could reappear, and an old issue might wrap up and clarify. The new moon on the 11th occurs around the same time Venus and Jupiter align in your solar 5th house. Good energy is with you for expanding your horizons through creative endeavors. Love can be magical, and your powers of attraction are strong. You're generous with your heart and time. There can be meaningful opportunities to enjoy or express yourself more fully. You have more power at your disposal to direct into your creative, love, or leisure pursuits. Putting something behind you or pulling yourself out of a rut can lead to new beginnings on romantic, recreational, and creative levels. You can be excited by ideas, conversations, or hope that make you feel especially vital and connected. A Saturn-Uranus square that's with us until December 1st forms this month. Giving too much of your time or resources to others may be an issue and could leave you feeling discouraged if they don't seem to appreciate your efforts. The desire for freedom from certain obligations to others can seem to clash with more commitment in your love life, children or dependents, or creative and leisure pursuits. You're breaking free of unhealthy dependencies and attachments this year, and it can be somewhat rough going as you figure out what those are. Ultimately, however, it's a good time to clear the deck for new beginnings. You're no longer tolerant of unsupportive relationships and superficial pastimes or hobbies. Still, it's a powerful time for authenticity, particularly in your relationships, partnerships, dating life, with children, and in your creative/leisure world. You're more realistic and humble, or you're attracting people with these qualities into your circle. The Sun heads into your work and health sector on the 18th, and then Venus does the same on the 25th. The last week of the month can be work-intensive but can also pull up the need to balance your rest-play cycle. It's also a strong time for dealing with long-term problems and finding resolutions, which might involve putting something that has run its course behind you. You might connect with someone you love with new understanding or insight, or with someone who helps you grow, learn, and move forward in a more empowered way. If you have a passion for a pet project, person, or idea, this is a great time to pursue it with more determination and a stronger sense of purpose. The full moon on the 27th can bring sudden feelings or opportunities that nudge you in a different direction. You might discover the need for extra time alone or rest, recuperation, and regeneration. It's also a good time for connecting with your intuition.